If I was to point out one thing that kept me in WARFRAME for thousands of hours over the years, it has to be the movement system. Out of all powerful weapons and abilities, it's the movement that makes me feel so damn powerful. Being able to jump across huge distances with great precision, moving over 70 kilometers per hour while bullet jumping, which is 45 miles per hour, 39 knots, or about 1.5 times faster than Usain Bolt's top recorded speed. You can go much faster if you mod for it, but we'll stick to more modest numbers here. But it's not just the speed that keeps me in, it's the flexibility of the entire system. You have powerful forward momentum with bullet jumps, you have aim glide and slide to further adjust where you land, and you can roll too for some momentum. And it's not just the speed and maneuverability that you get by using these moves. You also get evasion depending on the move you're doing. DE is not really transparent with those numbers, but according to Scott, one of them goes up to 100% evasion. I have no idea which one, but an age-old thing applies that we should keep on moving to avoid getting shot. Now, this might be stuff you know, but I need to explain the basics of how parkour works in WARFRAME. Main thing is bullet jump, which is a parkour jump forward that's executed by jumping from a crouched position or from a sliding move. Bullet jump goes forward where your mouse is pointing at, so you can use that to control your jump, both horizontally and vertically. Bullet jumping for some angled surfaces like stairs might be iffy and might launch you straight up, despite you not looking up, but for the most part this works as intended. Personally, I just avoid doing it on such surfaces. Since this game counts forward momentum, I usually just do the bunny hop till the next flat surface or roll. Which brings us to the second part, double jump. After jumping off the surface or falling off the surface, you have one jump you can pull off mid-air. We call it double jump, but it's not always double. There's no conditions to this. This always works. The only time when it does not work, or rather feels like it, is when you slide off the surface just a bit before jumping. Then that bullet jump you pull off counts as an air jump and you practically used up your double jump with that. Otherwise, you can always count on it to give you more airtime and more speed. Talking about airtime, aim gliding is in my eyes the main way of controlling where you land. Holding an aim button gives you more airtime, slows down your fall, and allows you to fly further. This allows you to keep momentum further, and once you get used to it, you'll be able to land on the smallest surfaces with ease. Aim glide is limited per jump and can be extended with mods. Another great thing about aim glide is that it allows you to use A and D buttons to turn mid-air. It's not as severe of a turn as you can pull off in CSGO, but it's more than enough to adjust your path. Crouching while walking makes you slide in the direction you want. Depending on which direction you click while clicking that slide, you will gain significant momentum towards that. Combining sliding with bullet jumping is the basis of great movement in WARFRAME. Topping it off with understanding of how much aim glide you have makes you a pro. Additional things you can use are rolling and air kick. Rolling can be used on ground and in air, and it gives you strong momentum but trades it for limited controls. You can't really adjust it once you commit to it, but for what it's worth, by default rolling gives you 75% damage reduction while you're in that animation. And you can roll forward, back, left and right, same as with sliding. This can be used in any direction. As for air kick, that's executed by using crouch while in air, and mostly it's used to gain more forward momentum. So basically, when you bullet jump and you are flying towards your destination, what you have at your disposal is one extra jump, wise to use it while you still have some momentum. You have limited time for aim glide, which depends on the frame and on the mods. You have one roll, and air kick momentum works in a similar way as aim glide. Like, you can use it multiple times, but its intensity seems to fall off. All that resets once you touch the ground. But once you're up there, those are the things you can use to cover a longer distance or just land wherever your desired landing spot is. To me, I made this little game in my head where I try jumping from X to Y while moving through tile sets, giving myself sort of mini challenges and trying to figure it out as I go. I feel like that made me very comfortable with the system. Weirdly enough, the thing that made me dial my accuracy down when it comes to perfect landings is using arc wings during bounties in open worlds and launching myself to like 300 plus meter long aim glide and trying to land as close as I can to an objective. Making it even over 500 meters in some cases and landing within 10 meters of the objective. And honestly, I enjoy doing that. I always do it. It's way more fun than just flying all the way. And at this point, you may realize why I like Mobilize so much. Because it makes all these moves so much better, and it also allows you to jump further. Almost every one of my builds has that mod. I enjoy it, but it's also because of consistency. Having consistent speed across frames gives me more control over the movement. For this video, I use Neja, because his passive ability makes his slide very slidey, and it's just to put an accent on the benefits of using slide for more speed, or, for example, if your bullet jump lands in front of an obstacle, you can instantly slide to the side and get around it quickly and have an open space for another bullet jump. It's one thing in WARFRAME that it takes time to learn it, test limits of each part of the movement system and incorporate it into your own movement. Most tiles are really friendly to this. There's only a handful of rooms that I just cannot find a way to move through efficiently. But I hope D does not change anything in the system apart from maybe adding a charge jump, but don't change anything that's already in. It's one of the more liberating movement systems I encountered, and hats off to DE for making it work. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.